Hey everyone, it's a long time since I've just made a regular video besides a YouTube NFL predictions video. I'd like to start doing this more on a routine basis. Maybe actually gather a following again. But anyway, saw in the news today the Roe v. Wade thing was overturned where it's going to be left up to the states. And a lot of women kind of being scared now, about their decision being taken away of having an abortion. Now, my viewpoint, in my opinion on abortion, probably technically will not actually please either side. Generally speaking, I am pro life in terms of having a baby. Uh, I guess the reason why I think that now I'll probably be told, oh, well, I'm a man, I'm being told telling a woman what to do. Well, no, I'm just thinking, I guess, in the aspect is this aspect is, well, I was a baby once. I was a baby in the womb. I'd hate to think that I'd have been aborted and not have a chance of a life. However, obviously, I always view it, I guess, abortion as a necessary evil because there's always extreme circumstances. There's always exceptions to every rule. I always believe that. I don't think it should be done away with. Despite me being pro-life, I just don't think it should be gone. And that's where I think where people from both sides would not like my viewpoint or stance on the topic because they probably think I'm just being a fence sitter. I don't view it that way because it's about it's situational. If a man and a woman just routinely, you know, make love, have sex, and the woman ends up getting pregnant, I view like just to go get a pregnant just because you don't want to have a kid that to my in my opinion is kind of a cheap form of birth control. I'll this also is a different topic for maybe another video, but I understand people being scared of raising a child in this day and age with this economy, but that's no reason to still get an abortion just because you find a child to be inconvenient. But like I said, I understand people being scared bringing a child in this world, but I mean, that's why you gotta. I guess anyone has to be careful. Um, where I would understand too, also with abortion, is in the cases of incest, rape. Like I had a family member. See, I was playing devil's advocate, and again, like I said, I'm generally pro-life, but I mean, I said, well, what if your daughter though was the one that was raped, and I said, and then she started suffering psychiatric problems, even though you would want her to have the birth just so she could give it up to for adoption, but it would psychologically ruin her, and the person actually, thought and couldn't really give an answer. And see, that's the thing. This topic is a sticky situation. It's not cut and dry. It never will be cut and dry. It's always going to, have, uh, there's no gray area with this. It's a controversial topic, and I guess that's why my viewpoint or my stance on it is controversial. Again, I'm generally speaking, when if you're having a kid or if a woman's pregnant, yes, I think she should, uh, have the kid. And I guess going back to the point where I said that if you're worried just about having a kid in general because of finances, then that's where adoption actually could come, or putting it up for adoption could come into play. Because if you can't, I mean, that's it's like I said, like where a woman would be raped and where a woman would be, um, if it was like incest. And I know I'd have a bunch of like women screaming at me, "You're a man, you're just telling us what to do." But there are also women out there who think like me, who don't think abortion is the answer, or in most cases, like a friend of mine who went to school, she was very Christian conservative. She also she was, pro-life, but she understood though if it was in the case of a rape or something, So there's a common ground, and I think a lot of the things though, I mean, because of how political things have become, it's harder for people to find common ground. I think sometimes too with the abortion, some of the laws or something was allowing places to for the children to be even abort or the baby to be even aborted up until like even past the third trimester, all the way up to the baby was born, or they were trying to maybe make that go into effect anyway. So I mean, I think when you go to one extreme and then you're going to have the other side, you go, well, wait a minute, and then they try to stop each other instead of trying to meet in the middle somewhere. And I think that's what the shame is. It's a general big talking point. Like I said, it's a topic that's not going to go away. Like I said, I hope it wouldn't go away in general. Like, but I mean, I want to see, if there's a baby in the womb, I would hope, a woman would want to give that child life, even if she couldn't do it like herself in terms of finances, she could like give it up for adoption. But see that I mean I know I don't have the female anatomy to understand, the strain and stress a baby can cause, and the hormones and all that it does to a woman. So, maybe I mean that's probably a lot where the women come from in that aspect. Um, but I'm just saying in general, I would just like to see it. I mean, because they say, oh well, even if it's raped or into, I would hate to think, and because the kid would already have like possible deformities. They'd say, oh, I mean, I have seen examples where I guess people, you never know if they're just a plant at a anti-abortion rally, or they're at a pro-abortion rally, um, um, going against abortion, saying I was a product of rape and I was given a chance or something. But I mean that again, that's I think I think just I think I've covered pretty much what I wanted to say. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but I just think I think the thing is we as a country have not found common ground, um, or are able to meet. Okay, where is the line drawn in cases? Um, you know, I've seen some people post on Facebook. Oh, especially girls I went to high school with. Oh, we've been set back 100 years. Um, I don't know if I would say necessarily that, but again, they're. I know a couple, and this happens a lot too. A woman, the woman in this situation, her body, a lot of until she finally got pregnant, her body just wasn't able to have a baby. I guess it seemed, and if what if a woman is pregnant, but then all of a sudden the doctor like tells her, if you give birth, there's a good chance you could die. Like your body's just not capable. So I mean, like, what do you do then? Do you save the mother, or do you save the child? So that's another thing. That gets that always. I'm just constantly thinking, and I'm always thinking, and I always have a question. Well, what about this? What about that? For any topic, any standpoint, and that's just with my maturity involved. I'm not so much clear cut and dry on a lot of things. Some things I am, but a talking point for something that's been around like this for a while. Um, I'm always willing to hear. I just don't like it when anyone's belligerent about their points. Um, I mean, you can be passionate, but it's one thing to be passionate, but it's one thing to be just a complete, jerk about any of your viewpoints, where you just come off, where you just push people away instead of trying to make them think. But yeah, that's just my thought. Like I said, though, I'd like to start doing more videos, more vlogs, maybe gather another uh, a following again, like I did about, I don't know, it was about 2013 when I started my channel. And like I said, lately I've just been doing NFL prediction videos, which they will be here in a couple months. So stay tuned for that if you are fans of that. But again, like I just I don't know. I can't put my thought process about it, because there's a lot of topics out there, a lot of things that I think about myself that affects me, that and being pregnant is not one of them ever. So I don't have that, I guess, that experience to worry about. But I digress. Feel free to let me know what you think. Uh, where you sit at, where you're, maybe if you are pro pro-life, but also have a understanding of like, hey, but in this situation, or if you're pro-choice, but you can understand, well, I understand where you're coming from, but so just yeah, feel free to let me know what you think. I'm always open to listen to having civil debates and try to understand where people's perspectives and viewpoints are, because you never know what people's um, life's experiences are, where they come from, or what they've been through. So with that said, as always, I'm Nam, and always use your noodle.